like I promised all of you today on Instagram, we've got a panel here tonight. We have a wide variety of people. More people may join us because a lot of invites were sent out. But we're just going to kick this off a little bit easier tonight, okay? Instead of going individual little introductions for everybody, because that would take me a very long time. Seeing how I'm not quite sure how to pick on this guy other than he sold his soul to win every trivia thing he ever enters. Period. Right there. That guy. But still, guys, you know we're here tonight. We're going to talk about wrestling. We're going to talk about all aspects of it. Everybody on this panel is a huge fan of it. I've been since I was like in grade school. I can't know when they started, but we're going to do something a little different. We're going to kick this off a little differently. Scott, go ahead and introduce yourself. Then it'll be Johnny. Then it'll be Camo.
As you can see by my title, I'm the bad guy. That name has been with me for a long time. I am a diehard wrestling fan. I have been proudly for 38 years. When I actually got into wrestling from my grandmother. She was it was her grandkids, wrestling, and Hulk Hogan. That was the greatest things in the world. And ever since then, she's passed away 7 years ago. But every time I watch wrestling, every year I watch WrestleMania, I got a tear in my eye, and I'm thinking of her. And I'm excited for this because we have a nice Instagram chat that we've been building for a few months now, and it's great. It's really fun to come in here and do this. It's been long overdue.
Iron Wings, you want in? Let me know. If you want in a wrestling chat, I'll send you the invite, bro. Johnny, you're up, man.
Which general intro?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know me by now. I mean, everyone watching knows me by now. At least I think. If you don't know me, I got a channel. Do stuff online. But yeah, wrestling. I've been watching wrestling since I was a little kid. My dad was really into it. All my uncles are really into it. My father's cousins are really into it. It was just a thing every Sunday. We'd get together and watch wrestling. And then my dad would proceed to do the moves that he saw on TV on me and my sister, play fighting or whatever. And then we would just have little matches and stuff like that. So it was part of a thing growing up. Wrestling has always been. And, currently right now, my kids are into wrestling. They still think it's, they think that it's 100% real. Like these guys are actually they're actually getting hurt. Don't get me wrong. They're really getting hurt out there. But it's a huge shock to them. Every time that someone takes a punch or whatever, my son's like, he takes it, he goes through all of the emotions, he gets really into it. So it's really cool to see that. But yes, that's me.
Johnny, that just explained a whole lot about you I never knew, brother. You didn't eat your vegetables. Choke slam from hell. Right. All right, Camel. Come on, brother.
Well, mine's kind of on and off. I watched a little bit between 2008, 2012, and then I kind of went off for about 3 or 4 years and then got back into it back in 2016, 2017. And then I started getting into wrestling outside of WWE, like New Japan, TNA / Impact, a little bit of Ring of Honor, and now it's AEW. I guess I'll go ahead and say first, my favorite wrestler of all time, HBK.
Nice, and we got somebody else joining us, so Zeb.
How's it going, fellas?
All right, Zeb, you got here late. You're up, man, for your introduction. If you're done.
Oh, by all means.
You're up,
most
Zeb.
of you guys out there probably know me. For you guys that don't, I go by Zeb Media. They call me Zeb. I'm currently a college student majoring in sports broadcasting, and I've been in the community for around a year now. Been on the No Lag Zone once before with a few of my brothers, so excited to be back.
So what got you into wrestling? How long you been a fan?
So I started watching wrestling probably at the age of about 2 or 3 years old. And this was back in the early 2000s era, back when they had the fist coming out of the SmackDown stage. Debut of guys like, Cena and, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero were running things back then and stuff like that. I remember late nights staying out watching WrestleManias with my dad. I was not much of my brothers were into it, so it was kind of like something that me and him could do, sit down and watch that together, which was pretty cool. Don't really watch it too much nowadays. A lot of it has changed. I'm sure you guys have talked about that, or we'll talk about that too. It's kind of changed over the years, so I don't watch it too much now, but have been a big fan, obviously, for a long time. Got my championship belt back there.
Spinner.
So,
All right,
Oh,
let's
gosh,
talk
that
about
spinner
belts.
belt.
We talk about belts. We can talk about belts. It's okay. I got two. And he had to get the spinner.
Yeah.
I'll get a belt eventually.
It
He
doubles
just
as the Miz belt too.
It does. It's
Yeah.
multi-purpose.
All right, and for me, well, I got into it in the 80s, kind of like everybody did, where I grew up in Connecticut, the home of World Wrestling Entertainment. I remember the love and the joy of the very first WrestleMania and all the hype around it, and yeah, it just, I remember on Saturdays and Sundays, that's when I was growing up. Shut up, Zeb. That's all you had was that hour each morning. You had a couple matches on Saturday, then you had their recap show on Sunday where they were trying to hype next Saturday. I can remember feeling just like the angel spoke on that very first episode of Raw. You're like, another day of wrestling? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But man, we're going to tear everything up tonight, and we're going to start off with probably the most intense thing in the wrestling business nowadays. Vince McMahon. I gotta say, honestly, I knew a while ago the only thing that would take McMahon out was McMahon.
And the funny thing is, their stuff still coming out, quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, every and it's not just us that are speculating. The whole world is in the wrestling world. I have a feeling that it's literally they're just scratching the surface, because I really think that they kind of just forced him out. They're like, you got to go. It's time to go now. And if you think about it, it was all in a row. Everything just started happening. I think it was just they had a contingency plan, possibly. I could be wrong. And it was all of a sudden Stephanie left, and she comes back, and Hunter comes back. Sean's now got a big spot now.
Road Dogg's back too.
Road Dogg.
Oh, is he back?
Oh, you didn't
wow.
know?
Okay.
Yep, Road Dogg's back. Jeff Jarrett's out.
Yeah. I knew Jeff Jarrett got. Yeah.
What got me was, okay, so Shane, he's back, he's gone, he's back, he's gone, he's back, he's gone. Whatever. He's doing his own thing. I get it. But when Stephanie left under, are you going to get sued for interfering in another company's platform that they were doing? And she's just gone. You're like, huh?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the scandal with Vince, Steph is back. Vince gone. John Laurinaitis, thank God, gone. Which still makes me go, well, on Total Bellas, you were dating whose mom? But yet you were banging secretaries behind her back that Vince passed to you?
Wow.
And it also makes me go, who gets initially hired in a company for 120 grand a year as a secretary? Come on.
Shaky has a good comment there, and I'm not going to disagree with you, man, because that's like one of those stories that they won't put out. What he said there, that they don't talk. It's literally it's like they can't talk about it.
Oh, what was her name? Not Francine, but the other.
Ashley.
No. There's like a couple of them. Like, oh frick, I can't remember. The redhead. Her finishing move was the free fire crotch or whatever. She hit real big.
Dawn Marie.
Well, Dawn Marie was the other one from ECW, but it was over in TNA. She was the third one that I keep hearing. God, I can't remember. She was hot too.
Was it Christy Hemme?
Christy Hemme.
There you go, Christy Hemme. Thank you.
Yeah.
Those were the three I keep hearing tied to.
Yeah.
But
Because there was do you know the story of Ashley Mazzaro? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about, but the story, I know she was like there, she was doing good, and then you're gone.
Well, I really don't care if this, because it's not like this is unknown to the world. There's a story that she got raped by some military people when they went and did one of the tribute to the troops, Vince was pawning her onto her to the troops and stuff
Oh my God,
that way.
that's awful.
That's what I heard it from another YouTube video somewhere. Of course, I don't know if that's true. That's just here what the media. Who knows?
Yeah, Johnny just vanished.
But from what yeah, she literally. You think about it, she disappeared right, like not too far after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, you had all those guys, and I said a while ago, I think a lot of those Diva searches was just for McMahon and John Laurinaitis.
Yeah,
You know, it was like, okay, you look hot, you're going to perform sex acts with me. Okay, you won. You know, it's like, you were, but still. It just, Vince did it to Vince, and he was riding high so long, you got to come down every so often.
Oh, she's not alive anymore.
I know Ashley Moreno's not, but
Yeah, she
what
was.
he's done to others.
all right, okay. I just typed her name in. Literally typed her name in Google. The first thing that pops up. It was alleged that she was sexually assaulted at a USA military base during a tour of Kuwait. And the WWE apologized, but persuaded her not to report it to the appropriate authorities. The lawsuit was dismissed in 2018. That's the first thing that pops up on Google.
See, I'm also wondering, like with Vince and Jim Cornette broke this. I know not everyone's a big Cornette fan, but I love his YouTube channel. He talks about some weird out there stuff. I want to know who the diva is that they paid $1 million in hush money to. She went away, came back and presented Vince with nude photos of himself and went, "You're giving me a bigger payday right now, or these are going public."
Wow.
And he still paid her.
More power to her. Yeah, she used that. I'd do the same thing if I was her. I had those photos. Hell yeah. Like,
What I mean,
you're a billionaire. You better pay me.
You got to think that's
makes
jump
you-
change for him.
It makes you wonder how long this has actually been going on. Period.
Oh yeah.
see, I heard people saying rumors with Vince and Shawn Michaels. That's how Shawn Michaels became a megastar, is he gave it up to Vince.
Like he gave it to Vince?
Like Shawn and Vince had homosexual relations.
Oh wow.
I don't even want to know. About
Is that how Shawn got the cross eye? I mean, back in the day, Vince was he's a big dude. He's a power lifter, right? Something like that.
Vince is the reason he retired the first time.
Yeah, he lost his smile, right?
Oh,
I mean,
man.
come on. But it just, you see all these things from like Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He's a moron from Greenwich, and then all of a sudden, look at him.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder about stuff. But I mean,
He is killing it right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll go ahead and just throw that out there. He is killing it.
He is the talk of wrestling, because not knocking AEW and Tony Khan, because he's doing a fantastic job. Everyone, the spotlight is on Hunter right now, all day.
well, look what he did with his first pay-per-view away from Vince.
Yeah,
That was the best WWE pay-per-view I have seen in like a decade.
Yeah, it was very, very entertaining. It's one of the first ones I didn't fall asleep to. Like some of the pay-per-view, I would nod off because I was just like, all right, it's kind of boring, and I fall asleep. But the one that he did, I was awake the whole time.
who
I don't.
who was on TV last night? Or Johnny
Gargano, yeah.
Yeah, that no one knew anything about that. He
Didn't say a word.
Yeah, Hunter is literally getting better at like keeping the secret. Because before, like, what was the last real big? Oh, the Hardy Boys making the return to WrestleMania. They were seen out in that area. That whole weekend, the world knew they were going to be there. No one knew.
They had a match the night before in Ring of Honor with the Young Bucks.
Yeah. I remember.
Incredible match. Corey Graves on the day of or whatever, he said he didn't know until 30 minutes before showtime that the Hardys were there.
Yeah, because it was the New Day was the host, and they were like, who could it be? Because they were dressed to wrestle, and then here come the Hardy Boys. I'm sure they knew about it beforehand, but the crowd was pissed off because they saw that everyone was dressed to wrestle, and then here come the Hardy Boys, and then they just went nuts
down that 2.5 mile ramp.
Yeah. So in your guys' opinion, is it a good thing that Vince is gone and hopefully going to stay away? Because I keep hearing rumors he's trying to get back, or do you think he needs to come back?
No, it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
It's time. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing about him. He has nothing else to do in the world. Nothing. That's his problem. In all seriousness, this man, if you want to think about it, is the biggest wrestling fan in the world. This has been his life.
Yeah, literally his whole life.
Not knocking or making fun of his attempt in an XFL. What else has he done? Absolutely nothing. Nothing. He has nothing to do in the world.
The Marine 1 through 50, other than the Marine 1 through 55, up next.
Well, the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, the movies that they've made, they're not the greatest, but you know what? At least they attempt it. I think they do a decent job of them. But Vince has nothing. And we all, how many times have we had it in our chat, or we've watched on other people's videos and live streams? When Hunter takes over, we all knew it was going to happen, but we all thought Hunter was going to be the king. He's not. He's got even the better spot. He's creative control. Mm-hmm. He's got the best seat.
Vince?
I think Vince has done a lot of great things over the years and had a lot of great ideas, and wrestling wouldn't be nearly where it was today without him, but it is time for him to step away. He's obviously a little bit older, and with all this stuff that's going on, it's obviously not a good look for him or the company. And as we can all probably agree here, I think with Triple H as the in creative control, that's probably the best way that the company could go. Because over the last few years, to me at least, they had gotten a little too soft. It seemed he was making a bit more of like a child-friendly product, which is great and all, and that's fine, but I think now with Triple H, he can kind of maybe bring it back to a little bit more, aggression, a little bit, more excitement into the product, because he knows how to get the crowd going to do that.
All right, so moving on to our next one, and this is going to be really interesting. What was that moment when you were watching wrestling, and Zeb, if I'm about to shatter your dreams, I'm sorry here, brother, that you found out wrestling was not real? I will start, honestly, mine is real simple. WrestleMania 10, Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor. Bigelow should have crushed LT.
Yeah. You got to give that football player credit for what he did, though.
Yeah, but man, that was a painful match to watch. Oh, it was painful.
Yes,
everything from Salt and Pepper serenading him to the ring and the NFL stars running out to the Monday Night Football theme. I'm like, no.
Yeah. But that changed the entertainment. It went from, look, we can bring other sports in here. That was like the pivotal thing.
Yeah, but when you have the first ever ladder match, I think it was WrestleMania 10. Then
no.
You have it was a summer whatever. But Brett versus Owen. Come on.
No.
And you're going to end it with LT?
No. What I meant was that is not technically the first ladder match. The first ladder match was Shawn and Brett, which was never aired. But
okay,
that the world knows what you were saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, but no, that was it for me. LT and Bam Bam Bigelow. So Scott, you're up next, man. What was your moment?
I don't really know when. I really don't. Because I watched it, and when I was young, I was a young. You get mad, the kids would get mad, because their guys getting beat up or whatever. My dad would always, it's not real, so I knew. But honestly, because I was thinking about it, because I won't even say it on here, because we said we all would have the shocking moment. Person's name, Chris. The one that surprised me, or what? Randy getting bit by the snake.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Honestly, because it was a cobra, and what do you think? He's gonna die, I was like,
that was before you were swimming in your dad's pants. Okay, so we'll catch you up later.
in '92, it was on TV. It was on TV on Channel 5 during the day. Randy Savage was tied up, and Jake had a cobra and bit him.
What month was that?
In the ring, or was it the Warrior who helped?
It was Rowdy Piper.
Okay.
You said that was '92. What month was that?
I remember that. I remember.
I don't know. I'm not sure because I know they fought each other at this Tuesday in Texas thing because the Undertaker and Hogan had the rematch. It was right before Survivor Series or in between that time frame. So I'm going to say the from September to the beginning of December, something of that time frame. I don't know when.
It's November 23rd, 1991.
And now we know how you're like the trivia freaking king. So you have Google like on demand.
That was before my time, technically too, because I was born in '92. So
he's really fast with the.
Chris Rayner, to answer your question, my old neighbor was a relative of Axel Rotten. I met him and I've seen him literally. He was in my backyard, but I didn't know who he was at the time. I knew my neighbor told this. He's a wrestler. I just didn't watch ECW at the time. I've met him before.
I mean, if you've ever watched ECW, you know who Axel Rotten is.
I didn't know who he was at that time frame.
Yeah, I know it had. I thought it had all the venom pumped out of it. I didn't know it'd been defanged.
Oh wow!
I just watched The Dark Side of the Ring, and that's the very first episode. It was Randy and Liz, and Jake talks about it. Randy made Jake. He wanted he made Jake get bit by the snake first because he didn't believe it because Randy was so crazy. He's like, he was you first,
Oh yeah.
You can just hear that in his voice. Oh yeah, brother, you want me to get bit by
But that's how he talks.
Yeah.
That's his normal voice.
He was in character 24 hours a day.
Yeah, that's the way he is.
Well, that's how they were back then. But Johnny, what was your moment, man?
Oh man, I really don't remember when I think it was when Papa Shango and Ultimate Warrior were having their thing. And he used to make Ultimate Warrior like have the curse thing, and he started to bleed from his head.
Yeah,
like, no way, that's real.
He was bleeding black.
I loved it. I ate it up though. I love that. I love the special effects and the horror, and the supernatural. I love that part of wrestling. But then when I saw that, I was like, man, that's not real. But as far as like the in-ring action and all that stuff, I can't remember when, it flipped from like, oh my God, this guy's getting his ass kicked to like, okay, it's choreographed or, whatever. Like, they really do get hurt because it's an occupational hazard, but the fight itself is choreographed. I don't remember when that flip happened. But yeah.
Vato, I'll have a video up on that soon. It's, yeah. Sorry. Camo, your moment, man.
I don't really actually have one. I just kind of grew up knowing that it was fake. And then, I'd be sitting there watching it on TV and my mom just walked in and goes, that shit's fake, right? I don't care. I really don't care. Movies are fake. They tell a story.
Yeah.
Same thing. Same damn thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Zeb.
I guess
if I shattered your image, I'm sorry, but
it's all good. My story, I guess, is kind of similar to those guys. Like, I guess when I was in school around like 7 or 8, kind of when you like watch wrestling or you have like come in with the John Cena backpack or something, and the kid's like, "That's fake. That's fake." Da 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 da. And you're like, dude, like you just said, who cares? I like this. This is something I like. But I think a lot of the characters gave it away too back in the day. So I always kind of had a hunch. Like, I don't know if you guys remember Tajiri would come out like spit this.
Yeah, the green venom.
Yeah. Then guys like the Boogeyman and stuff like that. I was like, this is a bit dramatic to be anything.
Even
That's
Undertaker.
All that stuff.
Yeah, but you got to give Tajiri credit for his style of wrestling, and he kept his mouth shut the whole time, and nothing got out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. No. And tell the truth, Zeb, you still wear that John Cena backpack to Gary when you go to work, right? You walk in the door.
I take it on trips with me.
There you go. Hey, if it doesn't have holes in it, you can still use it. So,
Right.
The one thing, real or fake, I want to know is when the boogeyman ate those worms. Were those worms real?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
of course. Why not?
Yes.
Why wouldn't they be?
Worms are a high source of protein.
You can eat
that's
worms.
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Well,
They're a very high source of protein.
Well, I'm not eating worms here and there, so
Yeah, but you gotta love, like, when you're bringing up the boogeyman, how he goes from the boogeyman, weird as crap, to what was it, Kama the fighting machine, and then he ends his career as the Whoo Train.
Oh man, that was the
That's not the
greatest.
same person.
I love that.
That's
That
not
was
the same
that was me in middle school.
Yeah.
When that was happening, I was in middle school and I was like, oh,
Wait.
yeah.
Look it up. It's
Kama-
the same person.
Yeah, same person. Yeah.
Kama
Same
was,
person did all three.
no way.
I thought
Kama
Kama was Papa Shango.
Yeah, Kama Mustafa is Papa Shango, Kama Mustafa, and the Godfather. He's not.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I got boogeyman.
Oh no, the
confused then.
boogeyman. Yeah, no, the boogeyman is somebody different. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah. You
Anyway.
got to mix it up. Papa
All right,
Shango
fake-
was awesome.
fake-
though. I
fake
really
fan.
like his character.
Right.
I-
Fake news. Fake news.
I like
Yeah,
it. I like
got
the
a
whole
fake
Papa
fan.
Shango gimmick. I liked it.
He had a seizure. He was a little thing, whatever. I was like, that's awesome.
You know what I like too? I like the Coco Beware because of the parrot.
Yeah, Frankie.
That was cool.
He was a good wrestler. He literally he had nothing. It was just a good wrestler with a nice animal.
And Tatanka with the chop. Oh man, I used to do
I
that
liked
every time
Tatanka. I liked him.
I used to do it all the time.
He was one of
I like-
those that when he showed up with the big flowing headdress and Chief J Strongbow taking him under
Yeah,
his wing.
That would never flow today. Today that would never
Oh,
that would
no.
never pass on.
Yeah, but like when he came back, you were like,
No.
dude, talk about a shell of your former self. What the hell? And things that would never pass nowadays,
Mhm.
Eugene.
Oh, yeah. No
He
way.
passed
That's
away.
probably number one.
Passed away.
There's a
No,
lot
but
of
I mean,
people that
a
wouldn't
character
fly.
like Eugene would never ever happen nowadays. The
Yeah.
centers would tear it apart.
Yeah. They can't do what they did back then. No way.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of what they did back then, this question is going to get interesting for you guys. Dumbest thing you've seen in professional wrestling.
Oh yeah, I got
Before you
it.
answer, I'm going to give you mine right away.
Dumbest.
At the height of the Monday Night Wars, when Razor Ramon and Diesel jumped ship, and Jim Ross promised to have them now next Monday night, and they
fake
had
Diesel.
the fake Diesel and fake Razor Ramon acting like him while WCW was live
Yeah.
in certain areas with them.
Well, you know who
remember
played
that.
fake Diesel, right?
Fake Diesel is Kane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty nuts if you think about it. Because just about 6 months to a year later, he came out as Kane's little
Yeah.
brother.
True, but and you can
Yeah.
also follow all that up with the dumbest thing ever. You can thank Tony Schiavone for destroying the rating wars for Mick Foley by announcing, "Hey, guess what? Over on the other channel, Mick Foley is going to win the
He
championship."
was told to though. He apologized for that. He said that in multiple interviews. He literally was forced to do that.
Yeah, but he didn't have to, seeing how the WWE at that point was putting everything up taped, and they put on their website, "Tune in this Monday, Mick Foley wins the belt."
Oh, see, I didn't have the internet at that time, so I wouldn't know that. Okay.
But Scott, yours. I gave you two dumbest things that I've seen. What's yours, bro?
One
He's
of
got
them.
that blank look, like, huh?
No,
Come
one
on,
of them,
Scott.
one of them is actually current. One of them, honestly, is current. When Finn Balor lost, when the rope was destroyed or whatever, that's one of the dumbest fucking things I'd ever seen. I literally watched it happen and just clicked off. I was like, fuck this. I thought that was one of the stupidest fucking things I'd ever seen. That literally, he got killed or the demon was killed off. That's one of the greatest characters ever. One original, and
They
then
did
they
that? I must have missed that. They killed off
he
the
fought
demon?
Roman Reigns. Yeah,
Yep,
he
they
was.
killed off the demon.
Yeah, they killed like literally the rope broke, like lightning or something hit the rope. An act of God. That was like what they were portraying it to be, and I was like,
Oh,
click.
how could they get rid of that character, man? That was
It was fucking retarded.
Yep.
Dumbest. Another one.
I finally got mine.
Dude, this is a point where I wish I had the little soundboard so I could play the Jeopardy theme.
You know, I got to go back to it again because I'm watching the series, The Brawl for All.
Oh God,
Stupid.
Dan Severn.
That whole thing. If you watch the Dark Side of the Ring, it was all because JBL said he could beat anybody, and they made a tournament based around him, and he got his ass handed to him.
Yeah, he did.
And the WWE did not expect Bart Gunn to win. That was a fluke. He literally
punished
knocked
the
him out.
crap out of him for winning. They moved him so far down the card, like Doink the Clown had better ratings than Bart Gunn.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what, Greeter? I'm reading your comment there. That is the sad thing that we're talking about. You know, we all love wrestling. It's sad that literally all the wrestlers that we all love and grew up, the majority of them are gone. It is.
Yeah.
All right, Johnny.
The dumbest thing I've ever seen, is the love affair between Mark Henry and
Mae
Young with the hand.
We're moving on. Yeah, the giving birth to the
Get
hand.
the out of here, man! Come on, that was ridiculous.
I did.
The debut of what was his name? The Shockmaster was better than that.
Thank you.
Oh my!
Tugboat falling through the wall and
That
it's
was
hilarious. Helmet.
Yeah, that was dumb. That was horrible. I don't know why they.
His career was ruined before he even started that. You know, like,
and Perry Saturn with the mop.
That's because he got punished.
Oh my god!
I don't know where he screwed up in a match, but they punished him by giving him moppy and made him carry it forever.
That was the dumbest thing I even and I'm watching this. This is like I'm saying I was in like middle school, and my young self is looking at that. I'm like, this is stupid, and I went to watch WCW.
I was so enraged because he's part of the Eliminators, one of the greatest tag teams outside of 3D in ECW, and now he's all moppy.
Yeah, that was awful. But yeah, that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in wrestling.
Camo.
I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of a thing.
Wait. A trivia question and Camo does
You
not.
mean
have
you
an
loved
answer?
every aspect, every storyline, every character?
I mean, I would just say like a general thing, like things where like the wrong wrestler definitely lost. Kind of like I'd say, like when Cena and The Rock buried the Wyatt family a couple years ago at Mania. That was dumb. Oh, I just thought of Goldberg beating The Fiend.
Yeah, right there.
Goldberg doing
That's
anything in the past 3-4 years.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's the answer.
I agree.
All right, Zeb.
I would say that this is not only one of the dumbest things they've done, it's one of the biggest mistakes that WWE has ever made, and that was ending the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak.
You know why that happened?
That was a Mark Calloway call, if I
He
remember
wanted
correctly.
it to happen. You know who was supposed to do it?
HBK, I think.
Sean.
Yeah.
Really?
I really didn't like that it was Brock either. But
He got to pick who it was. Everyone said no. Think about
Brock
this. He
Go ahead.
fought Sean 2 years in a row. He fought Hunter 2 years in a row. He fought Ric Flair. He fought like all the kings. Think about it. He handpicked Brock because would you rather it have been Roman Reigns?
would have rather it have been nobody, to be honest. But
Wasn't the Undertaker injured during that match, which gave to one of those great things where he popped up after like an F5 and he just laughed at Brock?
That was their Hell in a Cell thing. That was like the last match they fought.
Yeah, but I mean, that's going to stay with you forever when one of the all-time GOATs, you do your power move and he pops up like,
No, they were both laying
Brock
down.
laughed back.
Yeah, Brock
He did.
laughed first.
yeah, but still, I mean, whew.
Yeah,
Look at that big sexy bastard right there. What's up, Andrew?
I'm liking the clean face, Andrew. Looks good on you, man.
Now, I'm going to pull up a comment, and we're going to address this one real quick.
Okay.
Because I've seen it, Chris. I ain't ignoring you.
I saw it.
What's your opinions on that?
Oh, that was his decision as well. It was okay. Would you would you would you like to do the same thing for literally 30 years? No. You have to evolve. You have to change. And he was
Yeah.
himself. He likes motorcycles. I mean, we've seen it, It was time for him to change up. And what would the world have thought if he'd have brought it back, after he fought AJ Styles? Because that's what people thought it was going to be, because he ran off with the motorcycle, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the American Badass is back. No, that was his last match. He rode off into the sunset.
Yeah.
And I think Ellie just takes the title for dumbest thing in wrestling, Ready to Rumble.
I like that movie.
That movie's okay.
I've never seen it.
I paid to see it in the movie theater, all right? That's how much I wanted to see it, and then went, oh, my God.
I ain't go that far. I mean, maybe I thought it was so great because I didn't pay for it, but yeah.
Now remember, Chris, the greatest champion ever is in that movie, David Arquette.
I know. He is the undefeated, longest reigning WCW champ.
That is a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Thanks, Vince Russo.
That is
Yeah,
true.
but even then, he got trained by somebody who is really, really cool in Chris Kanyon, which when you watch his Dark Side of the Ring, Scott, you're going to sit and go, wow.
Yeah, I've heard that one's probably one of the best ones to see. I just got Hulu. My mother-in-law we were watching the movie Prey, which is a fucking good movie, Chris. You were right.
Yeah.
And now I have Hulu, so now I'm watching the Dark Side of the Rings, and it's brought a big more love and appreciation to wrestling, and also because a lot of those stories are older wrestlers. So I'm like, man. Today I watched the Dino Bravo one. I was like, oh, wow, just brings back memories.
And I will say it like this: I really wish Kanyon could have gotten a different break in a different time, because I think how the world was when he was there caused his suicide.
Yeah.
The thing that I can never, ever understand in all my life, Vince McMahon punished Kanyon for being Kanyon by making him dress up as Boy George and singing to The Undertaker and watching The Undertaker demolish him. But yet it was okay to have Dustin Rhodes in a thong with Roddy Piper. So it's one of those, it goes back to the original. I'm glad McMahon's gone, but I'm sorry to see the hell that Kanyon went through during his life. All right.
Yeah.
I saw a comment, and it was either Shaky or Greeter. I can't remember who it was. What was your biggest mark moment for wrestling? And I'll start it. It's real simple for me. Mick Foley winning the belt. I never ever thought he'd be a heavyweight champ in WCW, and how they built that story with the corporation versus DX being there for Mick, Stone Cold coming out, even though it was plainly seen by everyone, him laying everyone out with a chair, and them hoisting Mick on their shoulders and him going, Dewey, Noel, Daddy did it. Greatest thing I've ever seen in wrestling.
You talking greatest moments ever?
For you, what's your greatest mark out moment?
Do you mean like standout moment by mark out? I just want to say,
I'm so excited that you still remember. Like, see, look, just talking about Mick, I'm getting goosebumps again.
So I've got two, and they're actually both pretty.
They're
both pretty current. So the first one actually happened back in June when I got to go to AEW's Forbidden Door. First of all, that show was an experience.
Oh, Cam, by the way, yeah, there you go.
I got to see arguably the current best wrestler in the world, Kazuchika Okada.
You wouldn't. You saw it.
I could barely talk after that show. I got to see Okada in person. I never thought in a million years I would, because he's a Japanese wrestler.
And you saw him in America. That's that you could, yeah.
And then my second one. is probably when Hangman Page won the title against Kenny Omega last fall at Full Gear.
He deserved it. Yeah, that was
That story, as you can tell, I'm a huge AEW New Japan fan. But when that story, it was a year and a half of Kenny just winning, and come to find out, the dude had like 7 surgeries, and he was wrestling with vertigo.
Dang.
yeah, and he's
How do you
still
do
messed up. Still,
But those are 2 of mine. I guess WWE. I gotta mention it. I got the 2 Sweet AJ Styles.
Yeah, when
I
you
met
first
him.
appeared. Yeah.
Nice.
And that was at a house show. That was pretty cool.
have I showed
I said
you all
those-
that photo? I got to meet AJ. I met him 8 years ago. It was at a signing, right when he left TNA, and he was the Ring of Honor wearing the hat and stuff. It was pretty cool. I think I got my 2. I do.
Gary bringing up Maven. There's always got to be someone who brings him up.
Number
You know,
one.
the one person nobody ever brings up is Virgil.
Oh my God, he's asking for money now on the internet. He is. He's seriously asking people for money.
Yeah, he's bad.
man.
The guy
Wrestlers
awful.
hate him at conventions because he's
Yeah.
always trying to get in on their tables, and they're like, "Go away."
Exactly.
I got 2. One of them is semi-current because it was in 2016. I met Mandy. I was watching the pay-per-view event. We didn't meet yet. We were just talking to get to know each other. And I told her, I said, yeah, I'll talk to you while, because I wasn't trying to ignore her. I was like, I'm watching wrestling. I'll call you when it's over. AJ Styles debuted. I screamed like a fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not kidding. I was like, I was in front of my TV. I was like, at tears. I was like, oh my fucking God, because the world never knew it was going to happen. You know,
Yeah,
AJ
that
Styles
was insane.
debuting and as number 3, the Royal Rumble. I screamed. That was, and he wasn't even in Georgia. You know, he was in Orlando.
It's a shame he didn't win that Rumble.
Number 2. It wasn't time.
I do have another one, but I'll wait.
Hey, we got to let Johnny and Zeb go here. Zeb's been sitting quietly all night,
Well,
like
I'm
he's
starting.
afraid to talk.
I'm starting to get the brain flow now. And
Yeah,
now
I'm starting
I've
to-
got
My second
2
one,
more.
my second one's kind of current as well, and I'm getting goosebumps saying this one. Excuse me. Shinsuke Nakamura and Sami Zayn at NXT, one of the greatest matches I've ever seen.
That match was nuts.
One of the greatest executed matches ever. Either that one,
Sorry,
either
guys.
that one, or the Revival DIY, and DIY won the titles. That is one of the greatest matches you'll ever see.
Nakamura is so technically proficient, it's not even funny. But getting him to the ring, it looks like a full body dry heave the whole way, all the way down. The way he's all
Well, it's just
Oh,
that's
his-
the thing, you know.
His
I
entrance with the violinist a few years ago on Mania is still one of my all-time favorites.
yeah, but dude, it's like, do you need medical attention? Do we have to like make sure you shove a wallet in your mouth so you're not biting down? I mean, what the
He's-
fuck?
He's
So
a
he's
performer.
got a mouthpiece in all the time.
I just, oof.
You know? I think the biggest one of the biggest moments where like I was like really like super excited and zoned in, like marking out, like you said, was definitely that when Mankind and the Undertaker had that boiler room brawl match.
Yeah.
I was so into. Oh my god! I remember being like feeling like scared for the Undertaker because Mankind was such a insane force, you know. And, like him in the boiler room, like I was nervous the Undertaker was actually going to get hurt. Like I was nervous for him. And then the second one I got is that very first TLC match. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
That's a good one.
Amazing,
look
man.
at that
I was like, that was good times, man.
Yeah.
I got 3. I can go through them pretty quick. One was about 2 years actually before I was even born, but I was able to rewatch it, and it is a Undertaker Mick Foley moment as well. And it was when he threw him off the Hell in a Cell.
How
Because
old
when
are you?
that was 2 years before I was born, and rewatching that,
Hey.
it's one of the craziest stunts that I think I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
I
I
give
think
you
I've got underwear older than you, Zeb. Seriously.
Zeb. I give you mad respect because literally you're going before your time and you called one. That's respect,
Exactly.
man.
Yeah.
You called it an all-time great
Joe
match.
was
right there.
actually there for that.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Hey, come on, he's got more. You barely
Oh,
talked.
yeah, I
so
got
give him
two
two.
other ones real quick. These ones are a bit more my time that I was able to see live.
So last week. Okay, we're good.
Right. One, when John Cena picked up the Big Show and gave him the FU,
Yeah.
I was like in my living room jumping up and down because I couldn't believe that he just lifted him up like that. And then the last one was when my man Rey Mysterio, the biggest little man, won the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania 22, I believe, against Randy Orton and Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
Rey
Yeah.
Mysterio for like a 5'1" dude.
Love
he
him.
takes a lot of punishment. I still remember when Kevin Nash picked him up as a member of the NWO and threw him like a lawn dart.
I remember
There's
a
a
trailer.
Briscoe. He
It's
threw
a
him
trailer?
like a lawn dart.
when they had the great Khali and Khali did the head squeeze on him. I was crying because I thought he was dying. I thought he was killing him.
Or when Big Show had Mysterio when he was on the gurney or stretcher and banged it up against the ring post.
Yeah, I mean, but still, we're going to take this one because, Juan Carlos hardly ever comes in here. But still, I'll start it. Long overdue. He had to go decades ago.
Yeah.
He's a shell of his former self.
Yeah.
And he almost died 3 times in his last match.
He's
It
my
was a
all-time
payout
favorite.
for Ric Flair.
He's my
That's all
all-time
that last
favorite.
match was.
Mm-hmm. He's my all-time favorite. He should have just left it alone when Shawn kicked him.
Yeah.
He is my all-time favorite wrestler.
And even Shawn apologized before he super kicked him and said, "I'm sorry, I love you," and laid him out.
I will say if he would have retired, we wouldn't have gotten the woo off with Jay Lethal and TNA.
Okay, now look, that is
you would have needed money.
And the way Jay Lethal has Rick down is priceless. And I thought that woo off was planned. It wasn't. They just came up with it on the spot. And I was like, no way. It was flawless.
I feel like I should bring it up. But I was on my cruise with Jay Lethal. I was right next to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
he
we're
was
told.
he
You
was
should have done a woo.
He was right here. He was right here.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to bother him, man, because he's with his family and all that stuff. So but my friend was all over him. He took multiple pictures with him and everything. But
Look
yeah,
at Gary's next
cool to
comment.
see.
That you're exactly right, Gary. The next one he. Yeah.
But with this one, we talked about it earlier. There's a lot of older wrestlers who can't just throw the boots aside. No offense, Hulk Hogan. Give me a break. Go away. Don't get anywhere near the business again. Larry Zbyszko hanging for way too long, even at the announcer's booth. You've got, what is it, Brutus the Barber Beefcake reinventing himself as the Acolyte? Come on,
And he had a smashed face,
where is it? And yes, exactly.
Yes.
That was supposed to be phenomenal, and Flair only thinks about Flair.
Yeah, because after that happened, Shawn had to have that really brutal physical brawl with Batista, because they're he got the shit beat out of him on camera. It was just a story. I was like, really?
Yeah, and Shawn didn't want to do it, and after the match, he went through a lot of mental trauma because he retired arguably the greatest wrestler of all time. You don't want to be that guy.
And then Mark retired the greatest performer in WrestleMania history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one to kind of shake it up a little bit. And Camo, is your fiance anywhere nearby?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, then we're not going to do that one. I don't want you to get you killed.
But she can't hear you. You can nod,
He doesn't have
Yes,
to answer either.
Yeah. What'd Shark tell you? Shut up all the adult talk. Here. So for this one, Camo, you're not allowed to talk. I'll mute your mic if I have to. Sexiest diva of all time. I'm going last.
I will go first because there's one that stands out for me in my childhood, and every time she would come on TV, I was just like, dude.
I can't resist this. Your mom doesn't count. Keep going.
Kelly.
Oh.
Okay.
When she was on back in the day, man, I don't know what she was the baddest to me.
Well, this is good. This is probably like what? These three guys, they know Tony Storm. Tony Storm.
Oh,
good
God! Oh my God! Oh dear God!
Look, Cam's like.
Now hold on. I'm gonna play a little magic trick here. I'm gonna read Camo's mind. I'm gonna answer for him.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. I agree.
No. She's nearby. Shut up. No. All right, Johnny.
Had to be Terry Reynolds.
Marlena. Alexandra York.
The one where she was Goldust's valet.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Is
Now
Linda
it's all
considered a
about
diva?
now it's all about what's her name, Nikita Lyons.
The whole
Nikita,
world talking about her, man. The whole world.
Oh man,
Cruz, we'll get to you in a moment.
Oh,
I
Is
cut
Linda
somebody
McMahon considered one?
oh, I got that one.
Yeah, no. But for me, currently, all right, she's downstairs. Liv Morgan,
yeah,
Tony Storm, Thunder Rosa. There's one more I'm forgetting currently. And I got to go with one of the all-time greats before she became an alcoholic bimbo who like killed people. Sunny.
yeah.
Oh my God, Sonny's a train wreck of train wrecks.
Right now, yes.
Oh,
and don't ever download
Jesus.
her porn because it's really horrible. Really horrible. Really horrible.
To answer Jay's question, Chris Benoit. I know people are gonna that's a topic everyone's gonna back and forth. That man, he was a fucking beast. He's one of my all-time favorites ever.
Paul Heyman said it best. He did. It was a Instagram video that I recently saw because he was talking about Chris Benoit, and someone kept screaming, "That's my dude! That's my dude!" And Paul Heyman went, "Fuck you." He sits and he goes, "Personally, he's a human piece of trash. 3 people were in that house that night. 2 of them didn't have a choice to die,
Right?
but they did. In the ring, there is nobody better than Chris Benoit. Technically, everything. Chris Benoit was the GOAT. But he says, personally, fuck him."
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. Chris Benoit Ric Flair's my all-time favorite. I've said that. Chris Benoit is probably my favorite wrestler. And people when I talk about it, they give you their negative opinion. I'm like, you name someone who did everything he did, and day in, day out. He did war games. He did cages. He did it all. He was amazing.
Dude, he earned the nickname the Rabid Wolverine for a reason. He could
Crippler.
get in the ring with anybody and put on a match. One of the
Remember
greatest
he fought
Bret
Ming? Remember he fought Ming, like 300-pound dude, and knocked him out?
When he took on Bret Hart in WCW and put on a clinic?
Yeah.
And I mean, I love Paul Heyman. He was like the very first ECW pay-per-view. It was supposed to be Benoit and Guerrero as the headliner. Could you imagine that in an ECW arena?
Yeah.
But so I'd add Benoit. And to kick out, I'm going with Hulk Hogan. No offense. He was so overrated, wasn't even funny.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you're right. Johnny Grooms?
I'm sorry. I was. What was the question?
Yeah, get drop out of your mind. You're fine. Come on.
What was the question? I'm serious.
Who are you going to put in the Hall of Fame? Who are you removing?
Oh man. I can't think. I have to pass.
Who am I going to remove from the Hall of Fame? I'll think of that one.
That was Cruz's question. Who you put?
I don't I can't recall everyone in the Hall of Fame and all that stuff. So like I'd pass on this one.
That's why I just went and looked it up. Actually,
I'm just like I don't know who's in like. Yeah, it wouldn't be fair. Like I wouldn't know. I don't know everyone in there right now.
Yeah, Juan
If you-
Carlos, because
if you-
I trained,
if
I
you
ate
have
my
the-
vitamins and did my prayers, but they didn't help me, brother.
If you do have the WWE app, they are on there. In case you're wondering.
so I'll go ahead and give mine. I got what did he say? 2 that you would put in, or I'm
One
gonna
you
give
put
you
in, one you take out.
one you put in and one you take out. Oh, see, so I had a few. Let me just give a few names to put in. That way, you guys know maybe a few that aren't still in there too. JBL, John Bradshaw Layfield, one of the best heels of all time, I think. At least, definitely in my era.
Mhm.
Rob Van Dam is not in the Hall of Fame. I think he
Oh,
was
yeah.
an amazing
Yeah, he is.
performer. Oh, is
Yeah,
he?
he's in there.
All right, well then, this list isn't completely accurate then.
Okay.
And then I don't know about this guy. Then you can tell me this. He's from your guys' era a little bit too. Bam Bam Bigelow.
He's in there.
Okay, so then they don't have them all in there. Maybe it's a little outdated too. But
No,
JBL
he's
then.
not. No, he's not. He's not yet.
Okay, so there's 2 for me then. Take out is a hard one though. Like,
Oh, I know who I take out.
go ahead. Who would you take out then?
Sonny.
Yeah. She
I'd
deserves
take
to
out
get
Sonny.
kicked.
And y'all are gonna probably hate me, but I'd add Christian.
No.
Christian?
Christian.
Yeah, no, that's a good choice.
He should be.
Because Christian had one of the funniest lines ever. You remember when King Booker was doing his like Lil Wayne accent from Jamaica? You remember that,
Yeah.
Scott?
Yeah.
And Christian comes out to the ring and he's like, "Hold up there, Lil Wayne. You ain't from Jamaica. You're from New York, baby. No, from Texas." And just shredded him right there in the ring.
I got a controversial one. It's one or two people, Hogan, or because it kind of bothers me. I'm Pete Rose. He's not in the Baseball Hall of Fame. He shouldn't be in ours.
He's in because of the celebrity.
The
The baseball
Yeah.
thing bothers me.
Yeah.
Because it's never been proven he threw a game, but they banned him for betting. But that's just me. Pete Rose, personally, is a dickhead. What he did on the field, he needs to be in Cooperstown. That's just me. But I got another good question for you guys. Your favorite faction or factions, limited to 3. And I'm going to start it real easy. DX.
right there.
Because I should say, yeah, DX, because when Road Dogg came out and just took over the crowd, he hyped everybody up. You've got, and Scott, Team 3D, baby.
I thought you were holding up the chain gang. I was like, what?
Nope, Team 3D. Everybody in ECW seemed to be part of it. You had Sign Guy Dudley, Big Dick Dudley,
Yeah.
everybody, and they just took everything over. And the all-time favorite for me, the Road Warriors.
The four horsemen,
The shit out of you.
the
Yeah, we
Road
know.
Warriors,
Woo.
4 horsemen, the Road Warriors, the Steiner brothers, because they beat the shit out of everyone. They they invented the clothesline from hell. They invented it. Yeah. I don't count NWO or DX because that was a war, and you had to pick one or the other at that time. You couldn't be both.
G, Sign Guy Dudley, Big Dick Dudley, made them 4. That's a faction, bro.
There was a lot of members of
And Spike.
the
Oh, I forgot
Dudleys.
Spike. Sorry.
Yeah, Spike Dudley. Yeah, there's a lot of Dudleys.
Mhm.
And then NWO, 3/4 of the WCW roster was on him.
Yeah, thank
You
you.
had Wolfpack.
Yeah,
You had
that's
Black
true.
and White.
Oh, another person I put in the Hall of Fame. I didn't finish that. Lex Luger.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Lex Luger. He another one. He gets shit. You know what? What he gave her pills or whatever. The world will never know that. She had a mind of her own. She had a
Yeah,
mind of her own.
Yeah.
You're a grown ass person. Just saying. He's fucking paralyzed because that's his karma for what happened.
We can
Is
agree
he-
to disagree, G. Love you anyway.
I know he looks. I know he look what the hell? My phone started talking to me. I know Lex Luger looks horrible right now. He looks like the Crypt Keeper.
Thank you.
He looks so
talk about
bad
a
right now.
shell.
God damn.
Cam, I need you to tell me where I can watch the A&Es because I want to watch that. I want to see that.
Find him on YouTube.
I think those
Is it
are
on?
Yeah.
Well, it was just last week that it was on his. I don't think it's like streamable yet. That's what I'm saying. I'll rent it if I have to. I really want to watch his because I liked him.
Come on, Zeb.
Oh, mine's easy. DX,
Because
no
they
doubt.
just had
100%.
edges on this past weekend.
I mean, he was chopping. He was chopping like up a storm. He was.
Yeah.
Zeb, kind of family show. We don't need to see actions like that, bro. Just saying.
This is a family show. Okay.
Yeah, right.
He was making sure his thighs were awake. He was, just smacking.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was going
It's up
to
to fall asleep
job.
after a while.
Gary had the Godfather had the best faction with the hoe tree.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, no one's saying
Sorry,
it. I'd have to say, what's it? The New Day. The New Day was entertaining from the jump. I thought they were entertaining from the jump.
They were funny.
So I had to go New Day.
Mm-hmm.
And the Shield. I was a big fan of the Shield. Loved it. I don't care. Whatever. I give a shit.
If it has anything to do with Roman Reigns, I don't want it. Sorry. That's
Even his early days when he didn't talk that much.
It took him getting cancer to get over. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about Roman Reigns. Period. Cancer did what Vince McMahon could not do.
Cancer.
Why? I'm curious. Why don't you like Roman Reigns?
Are you asking me?
Yes. Yeah.
Because that's a typical Vince McMahon. Stuff him down your face until you have to like him.
Yeah.
He
He's
did
a
it
rock
with John
knockoff.
Cena. He did it with John Cena, but John Cena made it work. He tried with The Rock. The Rock, how can you not like The Rock?
Yeah.
He did it with Hulk Hogan. The world hated him in the end. Look at the one match. Can't remember what it was. When Sid Justice threw him out of the ring, the Royal Rumble that Ric Flair won the title. Hulk who? He right there on camera. He's like, they don't want you here. I cannot stand when they take someone who is not it and they force it. They've done it with so many. Vince did it with so many wrestlers. Roman, everyone hated that motherfucker. All four of us that are in our secret chat, none of us fucking like him. None of us.
It's not so secret anymore, Scott. Rule number 1 is don't talk about the chat, but still,
Hey,
It's all right.
we still love you, Scott.
hey, if you're not killer cool like us, you can't be in our Razor Ramon chat. I'm just saying.
Right. That's right.
But
Anyway.
if you want a good reason why I hate Roman Reigns, go check out that promo between John Cena and Roman. Where
Yes,
Cena just destroyed him.
it's a 20-minute promo where he literally says they bring me back because you can't sell enough tickets, and the crowd literally started clapping.
It was like
Wow,
he was
I love John
turning him
Cena.
on a spit. It was like turning him on a spit over the
I mean,
fire.
I hate Cena because I think he was rushed to the top. But when he sat there and looked at Roman, and he's like, "It's called a promo, big dog. You want to be the guy, you got to learn how to do it."
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Okay, all right.
Damn.
And to continue with that, let's be real. We all know who is going to be the one that beats Roman Reigns. It's The Rock.
Yes.
Every single wrestling fan in this world, including myself, is going to say that's a fucking mistake because he will not stay. He can't. He makes way more money saying a few lines in a movie than he would that any of WWE will pay him.
This is true.
It's all it is to keep the Samoa story relevant. And I'm not knocking him. I'm being honest. You've got hundreds of fucking wrestlers that deserve it. I'm going to tell you one that deserves it right now that literally had the belt taken away from him, and he's been shit on ever since. Finn Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Put the fucking belt on that guy.
Yeah.
As,
Let the man work.
as much as I love Finn Balor, I want Edge to do it.
Edge is too busy with his former faction right now. So
I don't know.
Finn Balor.
yeah.
Edge, he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Finn Balor has never had the opportunity to earn or keep what he earned.
Yeah, he couldn't properly defend it.
Yeah. He lost it because he couldn't defend it. But then they literally never gave him another shot. And he was one of the ones that lost to Roman Reigns, like I said. No one is going to be the stature that the golden days. Because if you look at it now, it's Bruno, Bob Backlund, Hogan, Morales, and then it goes Roman Reigns as longest reigning. He does not deserve to be in there.
Mm-hmm.
We have a vote for you, Scott. Looks like you need the belt.
I've told you all that for years. I'm the man. I'm just saying. No, I'm I know Gary's a big Johnny fan. Put the belt on him. The world would love it as much as
Cody
I
Rhodes.
wouldn't like it. The world would go nuts.
I thought Cody Rhodes was going to get it, but with his injury, yeah.
And you know what? He may be the one if they can't get The Rock, and that'd be the perfect story.
Yeah,
The kid comes back home for his dad. He ends the reign. Best tag team of all time. The Rock and Sock Connection, man. Shit.
yeah, oh yeah.
Or when John Cena and Shawn Michaels won the titles and couldn't get along. Yeah, Road Warriors. It's got to be Road Warriors.
Yeah.
Road Warriors. I don't care how many times anyone else has won those titles. No one will ever stand up to what the Road Warriors were.
Yeah, but you got to remember way back when you also had Demolition, and you were talking Powerhouse versus Powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
You've also got the electric connection of the Hart Foundation. Jim the Anvil was the fucking powerhouse, and Brett would be bouncing all over the ring and fuck you up right there. They had one of the lamest finishers. Here, I'm going to hold the guy while you clothesline him.
But it worked.
It worked. But, I mean, you have the Hardy Boys who brought something incredibly different. Look at the Dudley Boys. I mean, my God. They won wherever they went.
So did the Road Warriors.
Yeah, that's because they would beat the shit out of everyone until they won.
Danger died on death, man. Just saying.
Yeah, I love the Hardy Boys. They're one of my favorites of all time too, Cruz. And another one that I would throw out there is Rated RKO.
Yeah,
when those two guys teamed up, I had loved it.
It worked.
Oh God, he's got to put boots on sooner or later. I just keep want to see someone stamp on his foot real quick, or he lands wrong and put some freaking boots on, man. Just me.
I'm reading Jay's question. I will admit, when the Hardy Boys were on the Expedition of Gold, Matt Hardy was hilarious. That was great. The Expedition of Gold. Oh my! I was laughing my ass off at every promo they made. It was funny.
Oh my gosh, broken Matt Hardy was.
Yeah, it was great.
Did he?
Oh man, yeah. I go to best tag team is Team Hell No.
Oh yeah.
Daniel Bryan and Kane. Come on.
It was hilarious. It was funny.
The Jarrah show.
Hey, it worked.
The 1, 2, excuse me, 6-Pac and Kane. Oh no, X-Pac and Kane.
X-Pac Kane.
Yeah. Rob Van Dam and Kane. They won the titles.
Dude, anything with Rob Van Dam I'm watching, period.
Yeah.
Except nowadays where he's too freaking old and can't do his stuff anymore.
Oh yeah.
But back then, oh my God. He was the whole fucking show.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading these comments here, like Roman for the head of the table. I never liked him at all. Honestly, Dean Ambrose is better. No, John Moxley is better than Roman Reigns. There's a difference there.
I miss Mox. I really do. I miss his wife more, but Mox was great.
Mox is great. He's still wrestling, dude.
He's still fighting.
I don't watch AEW that much. I just
Well, you should.
I get distracted, and when I try to get it on demand,
I literally, when you all talk about it, I read all of them because I don't get to watch it live.
There are ways.
All you have to do, you have to show me. You have my
share the link.
Yeah.
I can actually have a link on my desktop now that I'm looking
you
at
have to show me, literally.
Where is it?
Jay, there's a lot more pieces to the puzzle you haven't seen yet, man.
Yeah, no talking about them. They were all invited. Not all of them could make it.
Yeah,
There's a higher power.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
there are more of us.
there's someone in our we can call ourselves a faction. I guess we could. Yeah, we have the dream. That's all I'm going to say. We have the dream.
Right.
Dude, I swear to God, you just said the higher power. I've got to go find that Jim Ross soundbite. God damn it, I knew it. You know, when he Vincent
That son of a bitch.
we have the dream. We do.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
So-
One topic we have not brought up. I'm very surprised no one has.
Yeah, I'm getting there with the next question.
Okay.
You ready
Well,
for
hey,
it?
time out.
Okay.
I didn't get to say my favorite factions earlier.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
right. He
Go ahead,
didn't.
man.
He didn't.
Do what? You cut out there just a second.
I like that.
Okay.
I like.
So the one that didn't get mentioned, Evolution,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then of course Bullet Club. Heard of them?
Maybe.
Who are they? Yeah. As I said, one of my favorite wrestlers, Finn Balor, invented the Bullet Club.
Scott
He
pulling a
did
Vince
with Carl
McMahon.
Anderson.
You know that's how Vinnie Mac found out about him, right? People
that?
were wearing the T-shirts to the ring, the Bullet Club. And
Oh,
Vince was like,
yeah.
who the fuck is that? Do we need to sign him?
Do we need to
Yeah,
sign him?
I don't have
Yeah.
my bullet. I forgot to change into my Bullet Club shirt earlier, but I've got one.
Cruz, yours is going to be the last question of the night because I got to go spend some quality time with my kids. But any more factions you got? Are you
No,
good?
DX, of course, but I can go all night about DX.
No, I don't, Jay, because
We'll get there. It's the last question of the night. Not yet.
okay.
Here's the
That's
next
a
one.
loaded question.
And Scott's kind of given a spoiler. We all have seen wrestlers go. We've all seen wrestlers make a comeback.
Mhm.
Who do you want to see that can still perform in ring? Come back. Let me in.
Literally, the greatest and most original character ever in wrestling, in my opinion. Vince McMahon created the Undertaker. We all know that. This guy made this character in NXT when it was on the website. Literally, he was making promos long time ago about stuff that happened 2 years ago. How many wrestlers can say they've done that? And literally, he whatever his whole story is, his character. It's one of the most fucked up, but it is a cult following, and the people were sucked into it. Greatest fucking character they ever had.
I'll admit, when he first came in with the Wyatt family and he was bringing the lantern with the face mask on it, I was hoping every single week, whoever he was coming out to wrestle, they'd have a mask of that person on the lantern, just as a psychological thing. All right, Johnny, who's yours?
Yeah, I'm to say same one. Yeah, it needs to come back.
Yeah, because before, who would we all have said before? CM Punk. Every one of us.
Yeah.
Now it's Bray Wyatt.
Best in the world. You got to give Punk credit when he brought out the Fink to do his intro.
Yeah. Now we have a shark in here. Well, great.
Mm-hmm. See how you are, Mo. Ric Flair can come out of retirement. I see how you are.
That's why this sport coat costs $800, and the one that Chris wears is $200. I don't know how much Mo's. It's probably about $20 or whatever, but I wouldn't be caught wearing it. I'm just saying. Ric Flair promos for days.
So you're going with the Fiend Cam, or who are you going with?
I want to try to think of a different answer, but that's really the only one coming to mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Zeb?
I'm not really having too many that are coming to my mind at all, to be honest with you. Right before he said CM Punk, that's what I was thinking, because I watched him come into UFC and get beat up over there. So I was like, dude, be a star in
UFC. For
UFC.
doing it though, you got to give him credit.
Yeah, I do. But I was like, you're made to be a WWE superstar. Like, so
He needs
I
his
guess
ice cream bars. Sorry.
yeah. I'll just roll with that for now. If I can think of something else,
I've
had
got
one of those ice
another
cream bars.
one.
Go ahead, Cam.
I want Cena to come back.
He will.
Oh, he'll be back eventually.
Now that McMahon is gone, he'll come back. Because I
Probably.
read the reports on the dirt sheets that Cena was getting ready to make a comeback. Then all the crap with McMahon broke, and he's like, "What? No part of it."
Smart man.
But
AJ Lee. I want AJ Lee to come back.
Oh God,
She
Oh
won't.
yeah.
She won't. She won't.
she'll come back in AEW, but not WWE. You know.
Yeah, she won't. She'll. I think she was mistreated there, not in a bad way. I think that they didn't book her right. She was so much better.
Yeah.
I've got
I'll tell you a match I would have loved to have seen is her and Sasha Banks.
I've got two.
Yeah.
The Fiend,
Yeah,
hands down. I thought how he left was wrong. I thought he was building into something phenomenal. I thought he could have been the next generational superstar, just with all the weird stuff and everything going around him and his family's background.
yeah.
Come on, his name is Wyndham Rotunda. Come on. And if she's medically cleared, Paige.
She won't
Yeah.
come back to WWE.
Nope.
She won't. I was going to bring this up just because
Supposedly, Mo, he's starting his own organization. He's with
Control your narrative.
Control your narrative, yeah. I will say he has one of my funniest moments ever. I'm surprised we didn't make that a question.
Let's see if that's.
The time when he took Roman, I'm not done with you yet. They threw him off the dock. Oh, I was laughing my ass off because they made it look like that was hilarious.
Mine is when he picked up the office chair and he just threw it like a tennis ball. I laughed so hard when he threw that office chair at Roman. I was dying. I thought that was hysterical.
The best Strowman moment was when he took that big bass and hit Elias with it.
He started singing it. He started singing and playing. That was hilarious.
That was incredible.
But we are going to grab Cruz's question as the wrap-up one.
I thought of another one real quick. A guy that could come back.
Go.
Batista. He's getting a little old, but I know he retired in 2019. He's still fit. He's still doing the acting thing.
He's cool playing Drax.
He got what he wanted. He wanted Hunter to be his last match, and he got it.
Oh, okay.
But we are like I said, we are going to grab Cruz. Bret Hart holding on to that anger. Do you think it's justified or not?
I do. I do. I go watch Wrestling with Shadows. Watch that. Watch the Rivals. Watch everything you can about all of the whole story. Read his book. I have it. One of the best books I've ever read. Yeah, I do. He got fucked all the way around. Whether Sean or anybody knew about it, he got fucked because he was loyal to fucking Vince McMahon. No.
I mean, I remember that time really well with all the turbulence at Titan Sports.
Yeah.
And how there was rumors about Vince was going to be selling floors to help pay for salaries. If you want to talk about a loyal employee, Bret Hart. Bret Hart did whatever he was asked. Bret Hart had really freak injuries in the ring. I remember when Dino Bravo broke him on, Superstars by crashing into the steel fence, But Bret was always loyal, towed the party line, did what he was told to do. And then Vince was like, no, go on over here and get more money over here.
I'd say he's probably more justified with being mad at Goldberg.
Yeah.
That was one of those freak things, though.
Yeah. That was a freak accident.
If there was heat between the two of them that never came out, I could see it. But I think there's got to come a point for me where Bret needs to stop talking about it because there's a whole generation of fans like this young man right down below. And I'm saying young because I'm old as shit. All right. Not a slam on you, Zeb.
No, you are. I know you are.
Who may have never seen the Montreal Screwjob and never saw anything before then with Bret Hart's rise from the Pink and Black attack with Jim Neidhart and being tag team to I'm the Intercontinental Champ going up against Davey Boy Smith. You know, his rise and what happened to him. But I think he's got to let it go because he's not going to know. And he's not going to be like that passionate about like, well, we are because, well, we're old.
Yeah. The kick to the face. What are you going to do? You know, if you're taking it, you're taking the chance. He could have not taken the kick. I mean, and let's be real. We all know Goldberg is not talented. He literally is just a big dude.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was hurting people all the fucking time. And he could have said, you know, let's not do this. No, but he took it.
I think that's how Goldberg got his start. He was one of the ex-football players in the power plant
Yeah, it was.
that WCW had, and Kevin Sullivan walked by and went, "You've got the look. You're on tonight."
Yeah. No one knew who he was when he beat Hugh Morris. No one knew who he was.
Agreed.
And it's funny because you, as I say that, you all are like, "What do you mean?" That was his very first match.
Yeah, against Hugh Morris. I remember that. Hugh was a big deal in WCW.
Yeah.
He was a huge deal.
But at that time, like his beginning, no, we're like, "Who's he? A new upcoming guy?" And we're like, "What?"
You know how long it took me to connect Hugh Morris to humorous? The word humorous, and then his ring attire with the smiley. That took me a minute to connect together. And when I actually like saw it, I was like, "Oh, I get it now."
He was one of the head trainers of NXT. He was.
Until he had his issues, yeah.
Yep.
But I like what he's doing now with he made a foundation after his daughter and he's combating drunk drivers.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate what he's doing now. He's really leading the charge to get Sonny thrown out of the Hall of Fame.
Good.
And who has control of that now? Hunter.
There you go. Which makes me giggle if you go on Twitter, Sonny's advertising her OnlyFans, but yet she's behind bars.
Yeah.
So it still makes me laugh.
People still pay to see that.
This is a really good opening live stream. I liked it. It's been fun.
Nice. Because unfortunately, we are at that point where I got to kind of shut it down.
Yeah.
I really, truly want to thank all of you for being here, Zeb, especially you. You were like a last-minute addition. I remember you were a really huge wrestling fan. And I think, just because I really want to say it, you had a younger perspective, young man.
But he is the champ. He is the champ.
And I'm the champ, so
Oh,
only right the champ is here.
He's giving it the little spinner. I love it.
Yeah.
You can tell he's like 12.
This is an exact replica too. So like when my dad got it for me, I was like 8 years old. So it like literally was the size of my torso.
Get the eagle belt and we'll talk.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got the FTW and the Stone Cold, so I'm good for right now.
Oh yeah.
But gentlemen, like I said, thank you so much. Everybody watching this, we've had about an hour and a half of just pure enjoyment, pure fun. Take this and carry it through. Carry it through your week. Enjoy it. Just have a blast. Scotty, thank you, brother. Johnny Grooms, you are the man. Camo Cam, my first live with you, and it was awesome, brother. Zeb, you're one in a million, bro.
Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
But hey, all of you hang around. I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to talk to you in the green room real quick. Everybody watching, have a great and wonderful time. Thank you so much for everything tonight, and I hope all of you are having a good one.